campus of the University of Nebraska-Lincoln and the studios of Anderson Hall. This is Star City News Now.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Star City News. I'm Andrew Ward.
And I'm Lindsay Burning. Tonight's top story, UNL police are investigating 3 housing scams that led to death threats.
And it started 6 months ago, and it hasn't ended yet. Star City's Kelly Keogh with more on the story.
University police are investigating a string of online housing scams around Lincoln targeting UNL students.
Is taking real houses that are for sale or for rent and creating fake accounts with them, and then what the idea is that he'll get the potential renter or purchaser to send them money in advance.
After several complaints, the university police have issued an official statement to students warning them about this scam, but a few students have already fallen victim to it.
The guy claimed to be a pediatrician who was doing work over in Africa for a year. He claimed he was going to give us the keys with the agreement that we send him money to the address that he was at prior to getting the keys.
The scammer is targeting mainly college kids, offering an upscale house at a low-scale price. But when students drive by to take a look at the house, there's a family living inside.
The scam has targeted the Hub Heights Hall subdivision, a newly renovated neighborhood in West Lincoln. The person posing as the landlord asked for a $750 deposit to be wired to an out-of-state bank account before the potential renters are allowed to see the house in person. Then, once students ask for the money back, the scammer makes death threats to keep the students quiet. But police say there are many ways to keep from getting scammed.
If the person's reluctant to meet you at the property to show you around beforehand and ask you for money in advance, I would double check with it. And there's nothing saying you can't actually go by the property yourself, take a peek around. That's why they're advertising it. So,
for Star City News, I'm Kelly Keogh.
And that was Kelly Keogh live with the story. In other news, fire officials announced today that a discarded cigarette was the cause of the fire at the University of Nebraska-Omaha. The fire started inside a residence hall on UNL's Pacific campus around 3 p.m. yesterday, forcing nearly 50 students to evacuate their dorm. The university is offering housing options for the displaced students. UNL's student government is collecting blankets, food, and toiletries to help out. You can drop off items at government office in UNL's City Union until 5 p.m. Friday. Debate regarding a bill to approve a new state plane continues today in the Nebraska legislature. Senators didn't reach a vote to advance it before recessing yesterday. Lawmakers already agreed not to buy a used plane costing around $2 million, but buying a new plane would cost $3.6 million and would be used for state business.
Arizona Governor Jan Brewer vetoed a bill last night that would have allowed businesses to refuse service to gays and others based on religious beliefs. She said the bill was unnecessary and threatened the state's economy by driving away next year's Super Bowl and other events. At a press conference covering the veto, Brewer said religious liberty is a core American and Arizona value, so is non-discrimination. And a picture posted by the soldier on Instagram has gone viral. Private First Class Tarika Sheffy uploaded this picture of herself hiding in her car to avoid saluting the American flag. The photo generated more than 300 likes before being taken down. Angry service members, Gold Star mothers, and military spouses have called for her removal from service. Sheffy's commanding officer at Fort Carson in Colorado is still deciding appropriate action.
Well, Lindsay, it looks like there's going to be some record-breaking temperatures, as if it couldn't get any colder outside.
I know, it was freezing this morning when I got to my car. Well, meteorologist Tyler Hurley has more.
Here's what's happening outside right now. This is Star City News weather.
Good evening, everybody. I'm meteorologist Tyler Hurley. We saw a couple peaks of sunshine today. If you were outside, you might have gotten some vitamin D. We hadn't seen sun for about, maybe 2 days or so, so it was nice to finally have some sun break that cloud deck and reach the surface. Current temps right now, looking at the map, we see pretty cold across Nebraska, 20 in Lincoln, getting a little warmer as we head out to the west, 25 in North Platte, 11 in Sioux City, so that cold weather is still there, and it will be heading our way shortly. Today's almanac, the high today was 22, so chilly but not as bad as it could have been. Low was 7. We're still off of those normal temperatures. 43 is a normal for this time of year, so we're still about a little over half of that. We would like to see that warm up, but unfortunately it doesn't look like that's going to happen in the near future. Current conditions, it's 20 degrees out right now, partly cloudy again. We do have winds southeast 10, or out of the southeast at 10 to 15 miles an hour. Those winds are pretty gusty, and they're going to be remaining that way for the remainder of tonight. We're going to see our low for tonight at 11 degrees, mostly cloudy, breezy again. Those winds are going to stay southeast. They're going to increase to 15 to 20 miles an hour. As we go into tomorrow, we're going to have a cold front move through into the area. That's going to bring some sleet out ahead of it, and then it's going to bring some snow as it moves past. Now, we shouldn't see too much accumulation with this system. We're talking under half an inch of snow. So it shouldn't be too bad, but be prepared for messy conditions out there tomorrow. 34 for your high tomorrow, 7 for your low. Again, we do have that 50% chance for sleet. Now, the real story here is the winds. We're talking winds out of the southwest, 15 to 20 miles an hour, gusting up to 25 miles an hour. So it's going to be very windy. If you happen to have an umbrella, you might want to pack it away, otherwise you might get blown away. 7-day forecast. It's going to cool down over the weekend as we have more snow move into the area. We're talking 60% chance of snow on Saturday, 40% chance of snow on Sunday with, wow, that low of 9 degrees. Again, a potential record-setting weekend as we do have a significant cold front move through, -4 overnight on Sunday. Now, for this weekend, we're talking about maybe up to 1 to 2 inches of snow for the Lincoln area. We could see 3 inches locally, but we're not expecting too much more to that. As we go into the week, it will be a fairly cold start to your work week, 12 degrees on Monday, 19 on Tuesday, but we are going to see the sun peak out again on Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday, though, we might get up to 41 degrees. It's still far way out, and the models aren't in perfect agreement, but it does look like it's warming up, so maybe spring's on its way. But for that weekend, we're in a very active weather pattern. There's an old idiom they say about March. Our meteorologist, Matt, has more on that.
You may have heard the old weather saying, March comes in like a lion and goes out like a lamb, but you may not know the history behind it. While the saying dates all the way back to the 17th century, it is not actually based on any scientific fact. Instead, it's based more on observation. The month of March is a transitional period between winter and spring, so it makes sense when this bit of weather folklore comes true. This Saturday is March 1st, and considering the forecast, it certainly appears that March is coming in like a lion this year. We will have to wait and see if it goes out like a lamb. I'm meteorologist Matt Garrity, and that's it for your Star City News Weather Buzz.
Thanks, Matt, and welcome to the meteorology team, Tyler.
Thanks, it's good to be here. Pretty excited, so.
I wish you had better news, though. I wish it was going to be warmer.
I wish I had better news to give. Unfortunately, it's gonna get a little worse before it gets any better, so.
Well, coming up after the break, Connor Stain has more on a change in food nutrition. Stay tuned to Star City News live at 5.
You're watching Star City News live at 5.
The Lincoln Children's Museum is an exciting family experience for everyone. It offers 3 floors of hands-on exhibits and imaginative programs that allow children and adults to discover the adventure of learning through play together. Build, dance, play, climb, sing, and laugh at the Lincoln Children's Museum in Lincoln, Nebraska. Here you can be whatever and go wherever your imagination takes you. The Lincoln Children's Museum invites children to create, discover, and learn through the power of play.
More than 4 million lives are saved each year, thanks to ordinary people who simply donate a pint of blood. One simple donation can save up to 3 lives. The friendly staff of the Nebraska Community Blood Bank are there with everything needed to help you be that hero. Saving lives is just an appointment away. Call 402-486-9414 to set up your appointment today. Be the hero.
Get in touch with your state history at the Nebraska History Museum. Even if you're from out of state, the Nebraska History Museum provides an excellent look into the life of Nebraska, from the very first Nebraskans to more recent times. The museum has so many exhibits to draw you in and really discover Nebraska's past. The Nebraska History Museum is located at 15th and P Streets, so come visit today for some quality history.
Welcome back to Star City News Live at 5. I'm Lindsay Burning.
And I'm Andrew Ward. Food labels are changing for the first time in 20 years.
Star City's Connor Stang has more.
Nutrition facts labels will be seeing changes. The FDA and Michelle Obama are looking to make things easier for Americans who want to eat healthier.
After more than 20 years of the same design, Nutrition Facts will have a new look. The idea is to help consumers eat healthier and, as the First Lady says, make it simpler. In a statement, Michelle Obama said that you as a parent and a consumer should be able to walk into your local grocery store, pick up an item off the shelf, and be able to tell whether it's good for your family. Here's Obama from today's press conference at the White House.
The new label will allow you to immediately spot the calorie count because it will be in large font and not buried in the fine print.
Current labels show the difference between natural and added sugar, but the difference between the two is almost nothing. Additionally, the FDA is aiming for more realistic serving sizes.
New labels are in stores. Officials say making the changes could cost $2 billion. However, they expect more than $20 billion in benefits over the next few decades. For Star City News, I'm Connor Stang.
Thanks, Connor. Nebraska lawmakers are using part of their rainy day fund to begin renovations on the state capitol. Some changes will be replacing a 50-year-old heating and cooling system and fixing windows and more. The $77 million project will start next year and could take up to 10 years to complete. Tobacco sales for minors have nearly doubled in Lincoln. Police compliance checks found that the percentage of businesses that sold tobacco to minors increased from 7.6% in 2012 to 12.6% in 2013. The checks were conducted by youth volunteers, and of their 333 attempts to buy tobacco products, 42 resulted in a sale. And Lindsay, tobacco sales aren't the only thing that's going up in Lincoln.
Yes, alcohol sales are going up too, with over 400 liquor licenses in Lincoln. I went to downtown Lincoln to see more for myself. 38 million. That's how many people have an alcohol problem in the U.S., according to a recent report by the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. But some places have a bigger issue with this than others. The CDC posts the amount of binge and heavy drinkers in each of America's urban and rural areas. Lincoln is ranked the 10th drunkest city in the nation. 33.2% of the population falls into these two categories. Some downtown goers say it is no surprise.
I believe it. Like, what else do we got to do around here besides drink?
I don't think anybody has anything to do, so that's like what they turn to.
It's kind of boring here. In 2012, more than 3,800 alcohol-related citations were given out in Lincoln. That includes minors in possession, consumption of alcohol in public, and drunk driving tickets. Binge drinking is defined as 4 or more drinks for women or 5 or more for men in one occasion. How much do people downtown drink?
Probably about, 10 or 12. It's like, I just come down here to have a good time.
I had like 2 beers before this, and then I had a whole bottle of, what I have again?
Some kind of wine.
Wine, and then I'm drinking some more.
Public Safety Director Tom Cassidy says the Lincoln Police Department is doing what it can to reduce the heavy drinking rate.
We've increased dramatically the number of tickets that we issue for things like minor in possession of alcohol, maintaining a disorderly house, being an inmate of a disorderly house.
Cassidy said the LPD is also focusing on drunk driving enforcement and reducing high-risk drinking parties. For Star City News, I'm Lindsay Burning. Well, pencils and paper aren't going to cut it anymore at Lincoln Lutheran. The school is moving toward a more digital curriculum and requiring students to bring their own laptop or tablet. Executive Director Scott Ernstmeyer says 70 to 80% of the school students already have devices they can use. If a student can't afford to buy a computer or a laptop, scholarships and lease programs are available. Rowing across the Atlantic is pretty expensive. Just ask 2 UNL students who are trying to gain sponsors to raise $50,000 to compete the challenge. Juniors Caitlin Miller and George Pagano will be the first people from the university to row 3,000 miles from the Canary Islands to the Caribbean. The pair will leave from Spain in December 2015.
Up next in sports, it's senior night at Pinnacle Bank Arena for women's basketball, and the Lincoln Haymakers kick off their new season this weekend.
Star City's Lanny Holstein has more after the break.
You're watching Star City News live at 5.
Thousands of people safely donate plasma every day. All it takes is a little time to save people with bleeding disorders, immune deficiencies, severe burns, trauma, and other conditions. Our highly trained staff follows strict safety guidelines when collecting your plasma to ensure your well-being and comfort. Plasma is the important source material used to make life-saving medicines, and it can only come from healthy adults. Save a life today. Donate plasma at Biomat, where we have pride for donors and passion for patients.
It's time for sports on Star City News.
City, I'm Lanny Holstein. We've got a lot going on in sports today, so let's get right to it. Husker forward Jordan Hooper plays the final home game of her career tonight at the Pinnacle Bank Arena. The Alliance native will be honored as the Huskers' lone senior following Nebraska's game with Illinois, and it's quite a career that they're going to be looking back on. Hooper is a two-time All-American and a first-team All-Big Ten selection. She's also second all-time in scoring and rebounding at Nebraska. And the road was tough yet again for Tim Miles and crew last night in Champaign, Illinois. Their tournament chances did take a little bit of a hit when the Big Red fell 60-49 to last place Illinois. But all hope is not lost, though. The Huskers have 3 games left and a shot at the Big Ten tournament to add games to their resume. And up next now, it's a home game with Northwestern on Saturday. And check these out. Nebraska's going to wear 1911, 1912 throwback jerseys for that one. The uniforms were created by Adidas and will coordinate with the student section. And Lincoln's indoor football team is about ready to open its second season tonight in the capital city. With more on the Haymakers, here's Star City's Brian Colbert live at their practice facility.
Thanks, Lanny. I'm here at the Abbott Sports Complex, the same facilities where the Lincoln Haymakers will be preparing for the 2014 season.
The Lincoln Haymakers are coming into the program's second season, poised for redemption after going 4-8 in their first year in the Champions Professional Indoor Football League. Head coach and former Cornhusker legend Corey Ross said that his team has used the offseason to not only prepare his athletes, but to build an organization that Lincoln can be proud of.
Well, we definitely had to do a lot of recruiting. Last year we ended up going 4-8, but we just didn't come together as a team and as a unit. So this year I just want to focus on, putting together a great coaching staff to where guys can actually, be proud to be a part of this organization.
General Manager Tyson Billings said that it was important for him and his organization to grow and build on the foundation that was started last season when the team was merely an expansion team.
Expectations are just to grow. I'm pretty realistic in the fact that last year as an expansion team we were 4-8. We did some things that were good that we could build off of, but a lot of what we had to do this year is kind of rebuild that foundation.
Although the players have bought into Billings and Ross's plan to grow this organization, the players are aiming high, setting their sights on one thing: a championship.
We have athletes to beat anybody in this conference, so I think if we pull together and play as a team, we can do some great things.
Last year we had a lot of individuals. I think this year we're more as a team, and we have one goal, one purpose: is win the championship.
Take home a ring. I know it'd be great for this community, it'd be great for this organization, and I know that's their expectation of us, so we'll try to deliver.
Come and support your Lincoln Haymakers as they get set to take on the Wichita Wildcats tomorrow night at 7 at the Pershing Center. For Star City News, I'm Brian Colbert. Back to you, Lanny.
More bad news on the Kyle Kubot front for Husker baseball fans. The pitcher is available this weekend after dealing with arm soreness to open the season, but he won't travel with the team because of what Coach Darren Erstad called a violation of team rules. That's going to do it for Sports Star City. Back to you, Lindsay and Andrew.
Thanks, Lanny. Well, I'm kind of disappointed I won't be able to watch Jordan Hooper anymore after this.
Absolutely. She's been a joy to watch in all 4 years. I mean, truly one of the best Nebraska athletes to come here.
Mm-hmm. We'll find out more about what Taylor Martinez is doing after the break.
And LeBron James, the superhero? Bree Kilmer has that and more with social media right now.
Stay connected with the latest social media here on Star City News.
Hey Star City, I'm Reed Kilmer and I have the update on social media. Former Husker quarterback Taylor Martinez released his new game this week. The game is called Wobble Wobble, where the user will tilt their phone to try to keep a ball on a moving platform. Martinez says the app will become the next Flappy Bird. From video game balls to basketball, the 4-time NBA MVP is trying to go from superstar to superhero. LeBron James contacted Marvel Comics to design a protective mask for the broken nose he suffered last week. The NBA is the deciding factor on whether he can wear a colorful mask or a basic one because of its league rules. The Miami Heat host the New York Knicks tonight in James' first game back. In other NBA news, Jason Collins' number 98 jersey has peaked at number 1 in sales. The craziest part of this buying frenzy is that Collins has only been with the Brooklyn Nets since Sunday night. He is the first openly gay player to compete at the professional sports level. Got milk? The milk industry has a new saying to influence your life. The recognizable 20-year slogan has been replaced with Milk Life. The ads will feature everyday people instead of celebrities from now on. Milk aired a 30-second commercial during the latest Super Bowl advertising their older slogan. The cost of simply airing the commercial was about $3.8 million. That's all I have for you in social media. I'm Reed Kilmer, and Star City News will be right back.
You're watching Star City News live at 5.
The Lincoln Children's Museum is an exciting family experience for everyone. It offers 3 floors of hands-on exhibits and imaginative programs that allow children and adults to discover the adventure of learning through play together. Build, dance, play, climb, sing, and laugh at the Lincoln Children's Museum in Lincoln, Nebraska. Here you can be whatever and go wherever your imagination takes you. The Lincoln Children's Museum invites children to create, discover, and learn through the power of play.
More than 4 million lives are saved each year, thanks to ordinary people who simply donate a pint of blood. One simple donation can save up to 3 lives. The friendly staff of the Nebraska Community Blood Bank are there with everything needed to help you be that hero. Saving lives is just an appointment away. Call 402-486-9414 to set up your appointment today. Be the hero.
Get in touch with your state history at the Nebraska History Museum. Even if you're from...
And now for the latest in entertainment on the Star City News Network.
Hey Star City, I'm Amanda Saltero and I've got your latest entertainment news. Get ready Lincoln, because not 1, but 2 Rock and Roll Hall of Famers are coming to town. Rod Stewart and Santana are scheduled to play the Pinnacle Bank Arena on June 7th. This is Santana's first show in Lincoln in 4 decades and Stewart's in 2. There are only 18 cities that the two will hit on the Rod Stewart and Santana, the Voice, the Guitar, the Songs tour. It's time to grab your wine and popcorn. The 86th Annual Academy Awards are this Sunday. This year there are 9 movies up for Best Picture, a record for this category. One of those movies happens to be Paramount Pictures' Nebraska, What's Not to Love About the Good Life. Last year's leading performance winner Jennifer Lawrence is up for Best Supporting Actress this year for her role in American Hustle. The hilarious Ellen DeGeneres will be hosting the show, which is sure to make it a good time. Conflicting schedules have come between 2 of Hollywood's biggest stars. That's right, Katy Perry and John Mayer have called it quits. A source close to the two said Katy's upcoming world tour was a big issue. John Mayer is also scheduled for a worldwide tour around the same time. Their relationship has been pretty up and down, but no word from either of them about what went wrong this time. Funny man Seth Rogen made a trip to Capitol Hill Wednesday to testify before Congress. The knocked-up star went to Washington to give his support for Alzheimer's disease research. He opened up about his mother-in-law's fight with Alzheimer's, but not without starting it off with some laughs. Take a look.
I don't know if you know who I am at all. You told me you never saw Knocked Up, Chairman, so it's a little insulting.
Well, guys, that's all I have for today's entertainment news. I'm Amanda Saltero, but up next, Star City's Megan Williams will let us know what's going on around campus in UNews.
Thanks, Amanda. What was your favorite movie this year, Lindsay?
No, I really liked Captain Phillips. I think Tom Hanks did a great job in that movie.
Yeah, I know Tom Hanks is one of my favorite actors, at least. Well, it's the Academy. Well, we're going to go to UNews right now with Megan Williams.
Get the latest campus info with UNews.
Hey everyone, Megan Williams here to tell you all you need to know about what's going on around campus. First up, if you have some free time or need a study break around 7:30 tonight, head over to the Union and catch British comedian Gina Yashir. She's been on The Tonight Show and live at the Apollo, so you might not want to miss this.
But the face transplant is going to trickle down. We'll all be able to get face transplants soon. You'll be able to buy your favorite celebrity's face on eBay or something. I'm waiting for Halle Berry's face myself. I'll be walking around Los Angeles with my Halle Berry face on, and people will say, wow, Halle's let herself go.
Honey, she's home. Well, in Lincoln, that is. The I Love Lucy Live on Stage show will be at the Lead Center March 7th through the 9th. That's right, Lucy, Ricky, Fred, and Ethel are back in action. Production companies are saying whether young or old, everyone really does love Lucy. That's not all the Lead Center has in store. Saturday, the one and only Wayne Brady will be making his way onto the stage. Brady was a regular on ABC's Whose Line Is It Anyway? So if you're looking for comedy, improv, and music, you might want to reserve your seat.
Hello! Hello! In sports today, the Rams are doing it, and doing it well, as LL would say. The important thing about these guys is they're in shape, just like me. Who would have thunk? 15 kids and damn, look at that.
Star City's meteorologist Tyler Hurley said it's going to be a cold one this weekend. What better way to handle the wind chill than a big heaping bowl of chili? Kappa Delta Sorority is hosting a chili feast. For $4, you can get an unlimited amount of chili and cinnamon rolls. Oh, so good. All the money raised will go to the Cedars and Prevent Child Abuse in America charity. Break out your cell phones and call your advisors. Early registration for summer classes is happening on Monday. Now is the perfect time to make those calls because Star City is going on a break. I'm Megan Williams for Star City News.
You're watching Star City News live at 5.
The Lincoln Children's Museum is an exciting family experience for everyone. It offers 3 floors of hands-on exhibits and imaginative programs that allow children and adults to discover the adventure of learning through play together. Build, dance, play, climb, sing, and laugh at the Lincoln Children's Museum in Lincoln, Nebraska. Here you can be whatever and go wherever your imagination takes you. The Lincoln Children's Museum invites children to create, discover, and learn through the power of play.
Welcome back to Star City News, live at 5. NASA announced 715 new planets in the galaxy. Scientists using a planet hunting telescope said the total number of planets is now up to 1,700. In a teleconference Wednesday, NASA planetary scientist Jack LeSueur said, "We almost doubled just today the number of planets known to humanity."
And Lincoln is getting a new soup restaurant. On March 6th, Todd Knorr, a former longtime McDonald's executive, will open the Zoop near 27th and Pine Lake. Knorr is a Lincoln native who graduated from Southeast High School. The venue will rotate 12 soups daily, and the menu will also include sandwiches and salads.
Wow, looks like I'm going to have to try that place out.
Yeah, me too. We can't have too many soup and sandwich places. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight. For Star City News, I'm Lindsay Burning.
And I'm Andrew Ward. Have yourself a good night, Lincoln.